Hello, I am Mr. Fixit from ES Repair. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed this video as you have with many of the other videos that I have. It's hard to believe that it has been 15 years since I started this channel. Y'all probably remember WizKid. You know, we started this together, and over the times he decided to move on and do some other things, and I just kept going. So yeah, it's been pretty fun. I've enjoyed every bit of it. I love the subscribers and the viewers. They always, either have questions or they appreciate the videos that I provide, which feels pretty good. Now I know you're probably going to ask about Fortnite. Yeah, viewership hasn't been a whole lot when it comes to Fortnite. So, the revenue isn't all that good when I did Fortnite. So I just kind of do it when I'm bored or don't have much to do. But hopefully viewerships and stuff will start picking up to where I can start doing live feeds for Fortnite. But today I was going to tell you what happened to me. Now, I work from home. And I'm sure a lot of you are probably working from home. Just, let me know in the comments if you are still working from home. I know a lot of y'all did go to work from home since COVID hit in 2020. I was one of the fortunate ones who were working from home. I'd say it's probably about 6, maybe 8 months before COVID hit. So I was already in working from home. Now, I know some of you have probably either been recalled to go back to the office, or you probably have to go back to the office, every so often. And I'm sure some of you who are like me who stayed working from home. It's a convenience. I like it. But the problem was, it's got its downside. Now, one of the questions I want to know from you viewers is, those who are working from home, are you using a company provided PC, or are you using your own and you have to sign into their VPN or network to do your work? I'm just curious, because we used to do company provided PC, then we switched to our own PC. Now we're back to their PC, which that's better, because when their PC goes down, it's on them, not us. Now, they sent us, now this is a new computer that they sent us to do the work in homes. And as you can see, it's pretty small. I like it. It's compact. I can just sit it underneath my monitor and work on it. It's kind of like a workstation. This is the Dell Optiplex 7050 is what this one is. It's an older model. It's a 7000 series. I think they're up to 10,000 now, I believe. It's a good little computer. I think it came from Windows 7 era, I believe. And it's running Windows 10, just basic. I call it neutered. It's a neutered PC. It's what it is. It don't have all the flexibility like you would on a normal computer. But it's a company provided computer, so that's expected. It does what I need to do. It's a Dell computer. Personally, I'm not that much of a fan for Dell, but it gets the job done, so I can't complain. The only complaint I have is the hard drive went out. The hard drive went out. Here I am, 2 hours into my shift, and the hard drive crashes. I'm sitting on there on VPN. I'm getting my ticket pulled up, fixing to call this store, and everything froze. I couldn't do anything. Couldn't click on anything. Now, sometimes the VPN will freeze up. Usually it's temporary when it loses a network connection to the VPN. It happens. But nothing was happening. And I was panicking. I'm like, oh, no. I'm thinking, well, let me go ahead and close out the VPN software and then reopen it. I was trying to get a hold of somebody and say, hey, somebody get me signed out of the VPN, please, and then that way I can open it back up. I couldn't click on anything. and everything was froze. All I could do was move the mouse. That was it. Then it seemed like the more I clicked, all of a sudden my mouse quit working. All I get is that blue circle, and it's not even spinning. And you know that when when you get that circle, normally it spins to show you that Windows is doing something. It wasn't spinning at all. I'm like, oh, this ain't good. This is not good. So, what's the first thing that you do when your computer freezes up? Yeah, just turn it off and turn it back on. So, I just pushed on the power button, held it in for at least, I think it was like 10-15 seconds. The computer shuts off. Now, if you watch my videos, you'll know that, if a computer freezes up and you can't get it to respond to anything, then just hold the power button in for at least 10-15 seconds and the computer will shut off. It's a built-in feature in the hardware or the motherboard. So that's what I did. Now, most of the time, 99% of the time, you can just shut it off, wait 30 seconds, turn it back on. And it starts booting up and Windows can recover. So, that's what I did. Turn it back on. Big fat Dell logo on the screen, which that's the first indication it's doing a post. And if you remember, post is power on self-test. This is where the motherboard and BIOS checks all the hardware to make sure they're functioning before it goes to loading the operating system. The problem was when Dell came up there, it was taking a little longer than it usually did. Now, you work with a computer long enough, you begin to notice when something's off. Something's not quite working as good as it was. In this case, it was taking longer to do a post-test than it usually did. It's one of the things I've noticed. I'm like, this can't be good, can't be good. And sure enough, a message pops up that says, no hard drive detected. Oh boy. This ain't going to be good. Now, normally I would just take the cover off, unhook the hard drive, and then plug the hard drive back in, and then, start over. Turn the computer back on. Usually when you reseat the cable, it works. And I can't touch it because it's not mine. It's a company provided PC. Now, is this a similar issue that you've experienced? I mean, with company PCs, or are you the ones that use your own PC and you just have to sign in to a VPN or something for work? I can't touch it. It's not mine. So I decided, well, let me try something else. Now, sometimes if forcing it to shut off and then turning it back on doesn't fix the issue, a lot of times you can just unplug the power cord, push and hold the power button for about 30 seconds, then plug the power cord back in, and then turn the computer on. That oftentimes does a trick. Especially if the hard drive won't first communicate, just do a full power cycle of the motherboard. Just unplug the power cord, hold the power button to get it to spend any remaining power that's in the system. That is what we call full hard reset. That didn't work either. Oh. Turn it back on, and of course it's that same stupid message. No hard drive detected. I'm just burning because I want to take that cover off and reseat the drive. I just can't do it, nor do I want to be responsible for someone else's computer. Don't want to pay for a new one. So I decided, well, the only option I have is to call help desk and tell them that the computer they gave me crashed. And I haven't even had it for a year yet, and this stupid thing crashed. They said, well, what's it doing? I said, Well, it makes it as far as post, but then when it tries to load the operating system, it can't find the hard drive. And so, of course, they have me going through the whole troubleshooting that I just told you about. Nothing's changed. I've tried to explain to them, look, I've been doing this for 30 years now. I said, this is the basic troubleshooting. This is the only troubleshooting you can do. And it still won't detect it. I said, the only thing I haven't done is take the cover off and reseat the data cable. I said, usually that fixes it. But because it's a company computer, I can't do that. He's like, no, you can't do that. It's company PC. So, of course, I had to let them do what they're supposed to do. Go by the book. I don't get along with the IT people, but that's a whole different story. I just don't get along with them. I've been doing this 30 years, and the only thing they do is read a book. What's in the book. They have to go by what the book says. They won't listen to me. But that's a time for another story. So we went through the whole process. Kind of find out, yeah, sure enough, they're going to have to send me another one. So now I can't work. Now, I'm sure, have y'all experienced something like this to where their PC goes down or their network goes down and you can't do anything except sit there and twiddle your thumbs until they get it fixed? Well, since this is their computer, I had to get approval. They got the approval, finally. After being on the phone for an hour, they got the approval. And there's a slight problem. It's Easter weekend. There ain't a soul in corporate on Easter weekend. Just us weekend warriors. That's it. A skeleton crew to get stuff done. All the major players won't be back in the office until Monday. At least. So, even though I got the approval, they're going to have to ship my replacement PC so I can switch them and get back online. Because I know as soon as I get the computer, I'm going to have to set it back up and be able to get logged back in. So that's going to be fun. Problem is, nothing's going to happen until at least Monday. So, I'm going to be bored all weekend. I guess I can make some videos. Got some yard work to do, so. I just wanted to share that. I know a lot of you probably work at home. I just wonder if y'all have experienced issues like this before. Because I know if it's your own computer, it's on you. Now, because this is their computer, I'll probably get something like down pay because since I can't work because of their equipment failure, then they pay me for the downtime. So, I don't know if that's what they do for you, if you go down because of their equipment, or, if there's some kind of a pay that you get if you broke down, your system goes down. Now, I know it won't work for those who probably use their own computer because they figure it's your fault, not theirs. So they're not going to pay you for your fault. So, I'm just going to have to wait. Hopefully I'll hear something Monday. So I'll find out when I can expect a new computer, because I like to be able to get it early enough. So, because it's probably going to take me half a day to get it all set up and working with the system so I can get logged back into the network. I guess only time will tell. But I'd like for you to share your thoughts about this, and if you work from home, what sort of troubles did you run into with the computers, or if it's a company computer or not. How long were you shut down, or did they pay you for it? Just let me know in the comments. Well, I'm your host, Mr. Fix-It. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and hope you've enjoyed the 15 years that I've been on YouTube. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm your host, Mr. Fix-It. Thank you for watching.